You can forget Paris, London, or Rome. There's a new European city that's stealing hearts, and its name is Madrid. The city is a whirlwind of vibrant energy, artistic soul, and culinary magic. In this video guide, we're going to provide you with everything you need to know about the city for your next visit, but we're going to keep it tight and focused. We are going to provide you with a healthy mix of activities that not only include must-sees for tourists, but we also steer you towards the hidden gems and insider tips on how to spend your time in the city like the locals would. Stay with us until the end because we guarantee that you will discover sides to the city that you didn't expect. So you've booked your flight, packed your bags, and dreamed of that perfect escape. But hold on, there's one crucial factor left to consider: timing. When is the best time to visit? We will tell you our recommended time, but to be fair, it does depend on your travel taste. Spring offers pleasant temperatures and fewer crowds, but the weather can be unpredictable. Summer sizzles with festival fever and great sunsets, but the heat waves can be really intense. Autumn is a beautiful time of year with harvest festivals and fewer tourists, but there are occasional cloudy days. Even in winter, although it's cold, it is dusted with festive magic and Christmas market delights, so it has its charm. Ultimately, Madrid's beauty shines year-round, so pick your vibe. Our pick is the fall, and particularly September and October, for the perfect temperature and fewer crowds. Where should you stay when visiting? First things first, let's ditch the one-size-fits-all approach. Every neighborhood here has its own distinct personality and vibe, so grab your metaphorical compass and let's explore the diverse options. Want to be in the heart of the action? Gran Via and Centro pulsate with energy, perfect for history buffs and shoppers. Craving a cool bohemian vibe? Malasaña and Chenka are your havens, buzzing with trendy bars and independent boutiques. For laid-back charm, La Latina and Lavapiés offer vibrant squares, traditional tapas bars, and local markets. And for a touch of elegance and green space, Salamanca and Retiro beckon, with upscale shops and serene parks. On our most recent visit, we ended up staying at a terrific Airbnb in Centro and loved it. Be sure to check out our video where we gave you a full tour of the place. Whether you're a seasoned urban explorer or a navigation newbie, getting around a new city can make you feel like a rat in a maze. But fear not, we're here to demystify the maze of metros, buses, and bikes and have you navigating like a local in no time. Conquering Madrid's urban jungle is a breeze with its fantastic affordable transportation options. The metro is a spiderweb of underground lines taking you to most parts of the city both affordably and safely. Buses are plentiful but slow due to Madrid traffic. Feeling active? Grab a bike and pedal through the charming streets or lace up your walking shoes and soak in the atmosphere on foot. Even taxis are plentiful and surprisingly budget-friendly if you don't mind the traffic. We walked everywhere except for taking the metro to a few out-of-the-way spots. Madrid is a feast for the eyes. Whether you're an architecture buff or a selfie enthusiast, Madrid's plazas and palaces will leave you breathless. The first place you should experience is to soak in the vibrant buzz of Puerta del Sol, which is actually the kilometer zero of Spain. It is also the location of the iconic bear and strawberry tree statue.
When you come to Madrid, you're going to see the bear and the strawberry tree, which is the symbol of the city, and the statue behind me. It's got a really interesting history. Bears were always associated with Madrid, so of course there was always a bear in the symbolism for the city. But back in the 1200s, there was a fight between the church and the city over who owned the trees and the land, and ultimately the king decided that the city would own the trees and the land, and the church would own the animals. So ultimately they took the bear, they incorporated the strawberry tree, and since then this has become the symbol for Madrid.
Next, you should wander through the lively Plaza Mayor, a sun-drenched square lined with charming cafes and buzzing with street performers. For a dose of royal grandeur, step into the opulent Palacio Real, or Royal Palace, marveling at its gilded halls and imagining the whispers of history within its walls. Make sure and see our full video on Madrid's royal legacy. Just across from the Royal Palace, you can find solace in the serene beauty of the Almudena Cathedral, its soaring spires reaching for the sky. Take a moment of silence within, then go below to explore its crypt with its massive columns. Now let's mix things up. For a touch of ancient Egypt, journey to the Temple of Debod, a sandstone temple relocated from the banks of the Nile right into the heart of Madrid. Madrid's magic spills beyond its monumental landmarks, beckoning you to dive into its vibrant soul. First, immerse yourself into the city's rhythm on a guided walking tour, uncovering hidden gems, of course, and charming stories told by passionate locals.
When we get to a new city, the first thing we love to do is take a city walking tour. It orients you with the place. It kind of lets you meet a few people and get some insights into where you are. We're here in Madrid today at Plaza Mayor, and that's exactly what we're doing. You meet right here in the plaza. You can see there's the big statue behind me. There's a lot of different tours, so ours happens to have a red umbrella today, but they tell you where to meet. You get here a little early, and we're looking forward to a great day learning about Madrid and kind of getting a orientation to our new place for home for about a month.
Let the fiery spirit of flamenco captivate you at a traditional performance, as dancers weave tales of love and loss through their mesmerizing footwork and passionate cries. Be sure to see our video on the one we attended. And for a touch of royal pomp, witness the iconic changing of the guard at the Palacio Real, where soldiers in vibrant uniforms perform a century-old ceremony that will leave you feeling like a true Madrid aristocrat. And we have a video that captures nearly all of the magistry. Art and history collide in Madrid, creating a museum scene so rich it could keep you exploring for weeks. For a deep dive into the city's soul, begin at the History Museum of Madrid, where ancient artifacts and evocative displays whisper tales of the city's evolution. Then step into the Gran Prado Museum, a cathedral of Spanish art and one of the great art museums of Europe. If surrealism speaks to your soul, the Reina Sofia Museum awaits with Picasso's iconic Guernica and Dali's dreamlike landscapes. Craving European masterpieces? Then the Thyssen Museum is your haven, and it has the most amazing story of how its main collection was curated by a beauty queen, which we covered in a previous video. For maritime adventures, set sail at the Naval Museum, where galleons and nautical maps transport you to the age of exploration. Indulge your inner aristocrat at the Sarabbo Museum, a former mansion brimming with elegant furnishings and whispers of lavish lifestyles. And for a glimpse into ancient civilizations, the Madrid Archaeological Museum unearths treasures from Egypt, Greece, and beyond. It actually was our favorite museum, and we covered it in a Madrid history video. Don't be fooled by the numbers. Each of the museums is a universe unto itself, a doorway to diverse eras, artistic movements, and captivating stories of Spain. Now let's cover the parks of Madrid. You may remember that we did a deep dive into Madrid's parks and gardens in a previous video, but for those seeking a quick escape, let's paint a picture of 3 must-visit parks. First up, the crown jewel, Retiro Park. Imagine sprawling lawns bathed in sunlight, crystal clear ponds reflecting the sky, and statues whispering stories of kings and queens. Rent a rowboat on the lake, lose yourself in the Rose Garden, or visit a Crystal Palace. Every corner promises a moment of peace. Next, for nature lovers with a scientific itch, the Madrid Botanical Garden beckons. Think exotic plant kingdoms and sprawling greenhouses. Every step is a botanical adventure for the curious mind. And finally, for escape seekers who crave open skies and sprawling vistas, Casa de Campo is your haven. This urban forest is really pure magic. Bike along shaded trails, hike up stunning overlooks, or rent a rowboat and explore the tranquil lake. It feels far from the city's buzz and noise, but really it's just a stone's throw away. In the evening, Madrid would shed its daytime skin and transform into a city of terrific nightlife. The plazas become vibrant open-air stages with street performers and lively conversations among locals and visitors. We loved it. If you look around us, you can really get a sense of the energy that permeates Madrid. As the sun goes down, everybody starts to come out and they go to meet their friends and get a bite to eat and something to drink, and they're just all over pouring through the streets. It's really cool.
It really is infectious. It's got a great energy all over the city, and people are out living. They're out just being, and it's a beautiful place to do that. The energy really gives us energy, and we're absolutely loving it.
And if you're lucky enough to be in town during a Madrid festival, like the vibrant San Isidro or the joyous Hispanidad festival like we attended, the city becomes a kaleidoscope of parades and good times. Sleep in late because it always promises to be a late-night adventure in Madrid. Fueling your Madrid adventures is a culinary journey in itself. When lunchtime rolls around, remember the magic words, Menú del Día. This budget-friendly set lunch, often featuring a starter, main, dessert, and drink, is a local secret to delicious and affordable meals. But be prepared for the Spanish rhythm, as they say. You'll find most good restaurants to be closed between 3 and 5 p.m. or even 3 and 7 or 8 p.m., so plan your lunch accordingly. Later, as the sun dips, Madrid's culinary scene truly comes alive. Tapas hopping, the art of sampling small plates at different bars, is an essential pastime in Madrid. But remember, tapas are meant for pre-dinner snacking, not full meals. For that, head to a full-scale restaurant around 9 p.m. or so and savor a larger meal such as a seafood paella. If you're craving ambiance, upscale Cuenca and Salamanca neighborhoods offer trendy gourmet food, while La Latina and Lavapiés boast lively tavernas overflowing with local flavor. You can forget about department stores. When you're visiting Madrid, your shopping spree starts at the mercados, buzzing hives of local flavor and hidden treasures.
We're here at El Restro, the Sunday flea market that takes over Madrid here in La Latina, and it's a beautiful place. There's things everywhere. There's streets lined, thousands of people here today on a beautiful day. Here you've got a typical flea market with everything from clothes to trinkets to vintage to all kind of shoes and everything you didn't even know existed. A lot of antiques and stuff like that. Of course, there's a lot of markets around Madrid. They're typically indoor, and they're typically either a regular market where you get stuff like your groceries and meat and your cell phone fixed or that kind of stuff, or a gourmet food market like San Miguel. But this one's different. It's a huge flea market. It's a tradition here in Madrid, and it's a great day out.
If you want a day out at a market in Madrid, you want to head over to El Rastro Flea Market. But fair warning, it can be overwhelming. There are thousands, if not tens of thousands of people who go through the streets of El Rastro Market. If you want something a little more low-key, then I would suggest heading to the Painters Market. It's in a square right next to the San Miguel Mercado, and it's really a wonderful place. There's a lot of artisans with some beautiful art. I'm sure you'll be able to pick up something that you like. As amazing as Madrid is, occasionally you may need to escape the city buzz with an unforgettable day trip from Madrid. Here are our recommendations. First up, from our previous deep dive video, prepare for a jaw-dropping panorama at the Devil's Window, a natural rock arch perched precariously on a mountaintop. Or you can step into a fairy tale at the Enchanted City, where towering rock formations sculpted by wind and erosion resemble mythical creatures and fantastical landscapes. Finally, for a taste of medieval charm, Cuenca awaits with its hanging houses clinging precariously to cliffs, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that will leave you breathless. Whatever you crave, there's an adventure waiting just beyond the city limits. Every epic journey has a price tag, so how much does it really cost to conquer this vibrant city? We will include a link in the description to a cost breakdown, but we think of Madrid as one of the more affordable European destinations. Here's why. Food is a budget-friendly affair, with tapas costing around 10 to 15 euro per person, while sit-down meals can be pricier, but if you order the menu del dia for lunch, you can keep that cost down too. Transportation is affordable, with metro tickets costing under a couple of euro, and walking is always free. Entrance fees vary, but many museums offer free entry on certain days, and cultural experiences like flamenco shows can be found for under 20 euro. Remember, you can also enjoy free entertainment like street performers, and the changing of the guard is free. So while the final cost depends on your travel style and splurges, visiting Madrid can be surprisingly affordable. If you want even more detailed travel tips and hidden gems, view our full city destination series playlist. Enjoy your trip.